big shout out to Brad Hurst. He's not going to do his own promotion, but if you're looking for a realtor, this is the guy. He puts a lot of effort into the show, and he puts even more into his real estate. So if you're looking for a guy to sell and buy your home, he's the one. All right, first athlete out, coming from Sudbury, Canada, Lance Lavalley. This is Lance's first time coming out to this comp, so I'm sure he's looking to make an impression and see if he can punch that ticket to Iceland. Up next, local guy from Selkirk, Andrew Langelaar. This is Andrew's first year competing. He's new to the scene, so he's gonna, we call him Bambi, but his legs are getting there. Third up from Black Falls, Canada, Larson Hare. Larson is actually coming off, if I'm correct, the third place placing at Westerns? Fourth. But you got your ticket to CSM. So he'll be competing at Canada Strongman in the next couple of weeks. Next up, another local, even more local than Andrew, from Sandy Hook, Dan Cadger. So Dan has been here every year, if I'm correct, and improved his placing every single year. So he's looking to make a big show today in front of a hometown crowd.
I believe he also won Interlake's greatest mustache.
He won Interlake's greatest mustache outside of 500 yards from the playground. Next up, from Florida, Jonathan Wimberly. Jonathan was here last year, had a great showing, and he's been putting in a ton of work. If I'm correct, JF Caron is coaching him, which is probably the best strongman to ever come out of Canada. So he's looking to make a big splash here. Next up from Calgary, Spencer Campbell. Spencer's first time here. Probably one of the more smaller guys in the show, but that doesn't mean nothing. He's looking to make an impression here. Coming out from Gimli, Manitoba? Jesse Campbell? Gimli? No, you're from Campbell River. Born in BC, all right.
BC, close.
Yeah, it's just a couple miles.
4 provinces apart.
Yeah, they have it written down as Gimli, my bad, but I know he's from BC, Jesse Campbell. He just came off a big placing on the podium at Western Canada Strongman 105. So he's now stepped up in these open division comps and see how he hangs in with the big boys. Coming out of Boston, Brian Kitchen. I don't know much about Brian, besides the fact that he's a lot larger than I ever will be. So we'll see how he stacks up against these boys. From Shannonville, Canada, Jonathan Kavanagh. Another first-timer here. Every year we have more and more applicants, and it gets harder and harder for me and Magnus to go through the list and choose who deserves to be here. So this is really cool seeing all these new faces. From Sherbrooke, Canada, Ben Court. Another first-timer here. Looking to punch his ticket to Iceland and go hang out with Magnus and compete, so we'll see how he does. From Spring City, US, Scott Dees. Another first-timer. Those who have been here every year recognize faces. A lot of these guys are new, so that's cool. We'll see. Hopefully they'll be coming back for years to come. From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Tyler Sigurdsson. Clearly a hometown favorite. He has been here every year of the show as well, and he has placed really well every year of the show, and I'm sure he wants to jump on that podium this year. So make sure you cheer on low hometown boys. From Salt Lake City, another guy who's been here, Connor Gordon. If you're looking for some good Instagram content, follow this guy. Sweaty Pig on Instagram. He's got some good content. And without further ado, that is our athlete lineup today. Give them all a big hand of applause. And when you guys see these guys struggling in these events, cheering and yelling, I'm telling you, it makes a world of a difference when the grind is happening. Because it's when the gas tank's empty, that helps. So make sure you guys are yelling. Thanks again.
All right, that's it with our athlete
All right,
introductions.
athletes, you guys can go back and start stretching and everything else.
We'll be getting going in a
One big round
second.
of applause for these athletes. They have traveled here from all over North America. Let's give them some Gimli loving.
I'm just playing around with that because when he speaks, this mic picks it up and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lower the.
Like, you want one that like these big chairs?
We'll be getting going with the first event in just a few minutes here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Magnus explained, we've got the F-150 deadlift here. The truck has been graciously donated, well, for the weekend, unfortunately, not for a full lease, but by Steeltown Ford, Steve Lamb. Be sure to check him out when you're in Selkirk. It's a 2024. I got to drive it. It is gorgeous. First up, we've got Jesse Campbell.
Our first competitor is
Make some
Jesse
noise for
Campbell.
Jesse, folks.
Jesse's the smallest competitor in the show today. Normally competes at 105. Just came off a second place finish at Canada's Strongest 105 a few weeks ago. Be looking to pick up some big points here out first. Set the stage for the other competitors.
Huh? No. Magnus' shoulder is right on the left-hand side, so you're good. No, it's perfect.
Let's make some noise.
Oh, you can see how
Come
much
on,
that
Gimli.
frame is flexing, but it just won't quite budge off the ground. It's a heavy deadlift, so really got to get your quads involved with the car deadlift here. It's more like a trap bar deadlift than a standard barbell.
Come on, Jesse, you got this. Let's go.
Big effort from Jesse, but just can't quite budge.
Come on, guys, you got 30 seconds left. Give him some love.
He still has 30 seconds here to get a rep in. Oh, you can see the whole frame just flexing. No, it's not quite there for Jesse today.
Folks, that is 760 pounds.
760 pounds in hand is a very heavy deadlift.
All right, next up, we got Ben Court from Montreal. Everyone give Ben some love.
Next up is Ben Court. He's a pro here in Canada.
And Ben is being trained by JF Caron as well, I believe. Maxime Boudreau.
Here goes Ben, an easy first rep. He's going to look for lots of reps on this based on that first one. Just flying up, that's 3 reps already for Ben.
Come on, folks, he's at 4. He's at 4. Make some noise.
Easy pulls for Ben. Wow, he's just repping this out like it's nothing. When you get into these higher reps on the car deadlift, it gets becomes more of a mental game than anything else with the fatigue. Becomes almost a cardio. Great crowd out here making lots of noise for Ben and cheering him on. He's just catching his breath here. He definitely has the strength for more. He just needs to catch his breath. Oh, I think he's going to call it there.
Good job.
12 reps for Ben Court there.
Repetitions, folks.
That's going to be a hard number to beat. So we'll see what the guys coming up can do.
60 by 12. That's a lot of weight. Next up, we have Jonathan Kavanaugh.
Jonathan Kavanaugh's up next. He's another one of the smaller competitors here today. Let's see what he can do on the car deadlift. He's got 12 reps to beat.
Some of you guys will notice when they come in, they'll either wear different shoes or no shoes at all. Because when you're doing the deadlift, you want as little space to lift as possible.
Just getting strapped in here.
Give him some love there, guys. Come on.
1 rep will be huge here because it looks like some guys are going to zero, so 1 rep could be big points for him. Really needs to dig deep for this. In car deadlift, you can really sit down on your hips and use your quads. It's a little different than your standard deadlift. You'd also have the suspension of the car as you pull it off the ground. It compresses, and it rebounds in your hands. You kind of like a second hit of the weight halfway up. So it can be a very tough deadlift if you're not used to the feeling.
On deck, we got Scott Deese.
Scott Deese up next.
All right, let's go,
Still
Scott.
12 to beat. This car deadlift is quite narrow, so for some of the bigger guys, it might be almost a struggle just getting in there, getting their big bodies between the narrow handles. Easy first rep for Scott. 2 reps. He's gonna look for a big performance here. Let's see if he can get 12 to displace Ben for first place. Oh yeah. You can see how tiring it is. See how quickly it starts slowing down after that first rep, which was so convincing.
Let's make some noise for him, Gimli.
Got to dig deep here. Get as many reps as he can. Every rep counts points. Got a lot of good deadlifters coming up still.
Come on, get low, Gimli's got 15 seconds. Help him get that next one.
15 more seconds. Let's see if he can get another rep or 2. Solid reps here from Scott. Oh, I think he's going to call it there. That was a good performance from Scott. We'll see what the final tally was on his reps in a second.
9 repetitions, folks.
9 reps for Scott. That puts him in second so far.
All right, next up we have Andrew Langelaar.
Andrew Langelaar is up next. Andrew's a powerlifter and a very good deadlifter, so this should be right up his alley. He's going to be looking for a big performance on this event.
One of our main sponsors as well. Let's give Andrew some love, folks.
Andrew is in his first year of Strongman, but he's already won Manitoba's Strongest Man this year. He's looking to build off his solid performances at Manitoba's and at Westerns, where he competed earlier this month, or last month now. Solid first rep from Andrew. Just repping it out here, nice and easy. Andrew's going to be looking to pick up big points on this event. It's a great event for him.
Come on, Gimli, he's at 6. Let's keep it going for him.
Not only is he a strong deadlifter, he also has a very good squat, which lends itself well to car deadlift. You can hear the crowd cheering for the hometown guy. Still lots of time for Andrew to get a few more reps here. He's going to call it there.
We have a new leader with 13 repetitions.
13 reps for Andrew. That's going to put him into first place over Ben. That's a big result for Andrew.
All right, come on, let's show our American brothers some love here.
No, exactly. Yeah. If you don't get the real close, then you can just put them like.
Yeah. Up next, we have Jonathan Wimberly. He's another good deadlifter. He's going to be looking for a big performance on this one.
All right, Gimli, if you were here last year, you'll recognize Jonathan. He had a very commanding 4th place last year. Let's see if we can get him up to 3rd or even 1st. Cheer him on, Gimli. Let's go.
Jonathan is from the States. He's come up here to compete in this. He was here last year as well, took 4th place, so he'll be looking to improve upon that performance. Some solid reps from Jonathan. This one's not only a physical but a mental game. As you get further into the reps, everything's burning, and you start gasping for air, and it's just got to keep going. Shut out those thoughts. His reps still looking nice and snappy. Let's see how many more he has in the tank. Another great rep.
Got a good pace going.
Just nice and methodical. Jonathan's looking really strong here. Strap is slipping a bit. He's going to call it there. This is a great performance from Jonathan.
12 repetitions, folks. We're at tie for second.
12 reps for Jonathan.
All right, next up.
Great performance.
Brian Kitchen. Let's make some noise for Brian out of the Boston area, folks.
Next we have Brian Kitchen. Brian is a very large man. He comes from Boston. He's up here to compete and try and earn his place at the Magnús Classic. Very easy first rep for Brian. And another. He's just knocking these out quick. Great job by Brian. Looking very strong here. Let's see how many he can manage to get out. Could we have a new leader?
Come on, Gimli.
Every rep's looking very similar here. He's not looking tired. Still 30 seconds left for Brian. This could be a big number here. Just got to keep pulling. Starting to slow down a little bit there. I think he has another one at least. Oh, yes. He's going to call it there.
Good job, Brian. We have a new leader in 14 reps.
New leader now, Brian with 14 reps. Takes over from Andrew at the top of the leaderboard on this event. And we still have quite a few, 6 competitors left here. Let's see if anyone can do more than 14.
All right, folks. Now for the local of the locals, Mr. Mustache, Dan Cadger.
Next up, we have BFD, Dan Cadger. The man with the best mustache in Manitoban Strongman. Good first pull from Dan. Second one was even more convincing, just repping these out now. Great speed from Dan.
Let's make some noise for him, Gimli.
Dan's just getting lots of good quality reps here. Can he get more than 14? Doesn't look like he's slowing down.
Come on, boys and girls, make some noise. He lives 20 minutes down the road right from here.
Dan only lives 20 minutes away from Gimli here, the most local of all our competitors. So you hear the crowd going wild for him.
Come on, Dan. Come on, Gimli, help him get one more.
Wow, what a grindy rep from Dan. Is he going to go for another? He's going to dig deep here. He's going to go for another one. Oh, it's not quite there.
All right, that's time. Dan. Dan. How'd you feel on that one? All right.
13 reps for Dan. This puts him in a tie for second.
You want to say anything to your local support here today? Yeah, thanks for coming out. I can't talk for a while. But thanks for coming out. It's always a great show. I love competing here. And strong, good. Have a good day. Thank you.
Dan is a man of few words at the best of times, but out of breath especially so.
Oh, next up, we got the big man from Utah, Connor Gordon.
Next up we have Connor Gordon. Had a lot of really strong performances here on the deadlift. It's going to take quite a bit to get up to the top spot, but that's where everyone's going to be shooting for coming up. We have the leader at 14 reps and 2 people tied at 13.
Let's make some noise.
Wow, nice and easy reps here. Connor's looking really strong. It's easy to forget that that's 765 pounds with the way these athletes are moving it, making it look easy.
Make some noise, Gimli. Come on, big man, you got this.
Great pace. You can see that Connor's not letting the slack off completely at the bottom. He's holding some of that tension. Makes the pull a little easier on the next rep.
13 reps in him so far.
Here, Connor's going to want to get the lead here.
14. Come on,
He's on 14 reps. One more for the lead, but he's shaking his head, so I don't know if he has it here. Nope. I think he's going to call it there. He's exhausted. What a great performance from Connor. Yeah. Yeah.
You got a tie for first place with 14 reps.
Connor's now in a tie for first at 14 reps.
All right,
with
next
Brian.
Up, Larson here. Let's make some noise for Larson, folks.
Up next, we have Larson.
Like I said before, folks, you'll see them. Some of them wearing socks.
Larson has been working hard on his deadlift. It's not traditionally been the best event for him, but he'll be looking to pick up some points here. Every rep matters. If he can pick up some good points, it will really serve him well for the rest of the competition, since this is his weakest event.
All right, Gimli, let's make some noise.
Nice and easy first rep for Larson. That's a good sign for him. Oh, there we go. That was looking a little harder. He reset his feet here. Oh, that seemed to help him a lot. And these reps are looking much easier. Beautiful reps from Larson. This is going to be big points for him. A great performance.
Come on, Larson, you got this, bud.
You can tell he's definitely been putting the work in on his deadlift. It's not looking like so much of a weakness anymore.
Come on, Gimli, help him out.
Larson here is taking a break and see how many more he has in him. Oh, that was a hard rep. It's going to be a lot to get another one out. Great fight from Larson. He's really putting his all into that. Another 13 reps. We now have 3 people tied for second and 2 people tied for first at 14. That's a fantastic performance from Larson. Going to be big points for him. He's going to be really, really happy with that.
Let's make some noise for Spencer, folks. Come on.
Up next, we have Spencer Campbell.
All right, so Larson had 13. 14's the number to beat. Come on, let's get Spencer to 15.
His first rep will tell us a lot about how it's going to go.
Make some noise for Spencer.
You got one. Oh, wow. The second rep moving easier than the first. It's a good sign. Let's see how many he can squeeze out. Got some big, big numbers up ahead of him to beat. Oh, didn't quite get that one. He's going to take a break, recompose himself, see if he can't get a couple more reps. Every rep could count here. You don't know what the people after you are going to do, and every point counts. Oh, he's going to call it there. Good work from Spencer.
3 reps for Spencer.
Spencer got 3 reps, which still gets him a couple points, as we had a few people zero this event. So it's always important to push as far as you can.
We've got Lance Lavalley here, folks. From Southern Ontario, let's make some noise.
Next we have Lance Lavalley. He's be looking for a big performance on the deadlift. Ooh. There we go. Just need to readjust, and he's got it. There we go. Good reps from Lance. You can see the effort in his face, the strain, just how hard it is. 765 pounds in hand is definitely going to send your blood pressure up. What a fight from Lance on that rep. Does he have another one?
Come on, Gimli, make some noise. He's got 20 seconds, and you know we can give him one more.
20 seconds. Can he get another rep? Here we go. He's going to give it a shot. Wow. What a fight on that. Wow. And, oh, wow. Okay, I think he's going to call it there. What a performance from Lance, getting those last 2 very hard-fought reps.
You got 10 reps there. How are you feeling?
Lance got all the way up to 10 reps. That's a big performance for him.
I feel great. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, if you parked over there and you're not in the right spot, Lance is going to be moving your car. All right, last up, we got our Winnipeg boy here, Big Tyler Sigurdsson.
Up next is Tyler Sigurdsson. Tyler's deadlift has been going great recently. He just pulled 820 at Western Canada, so he'll be looking for big points here on the car deadlift. 14 is the number to beat.
Come on, Tyler.
Easy first rep for Tyler.
Watch for the command.
Nice and smooth. Yeah. Right up and down, just like a piston for Tyler. This is looking great. 9 reps for Tyler, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down yet. Tyler catching his breath so he can re-brace. What a performance from Tyler. Come on, Tyler. You can hear the crowd cheering. Wow. 15 reps for Tyler Sigurdsson. He's going to take the event win. Huge performance for Tyler.
What do you got to say to your local band here, buddy? You just got first place in the first event.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody who came out. 3rd year in a row. It's so fun here every year. Gimli's so beautiful. The festival takes such good care of us. Thank you guys for coming out and checking it out. Stick around for the whole show, and hopefully see me at the top of the podium.
There we go. Tyler calling his shot there. Big performance. Be very happy. You get big performance in the first event here. Now we're going to get this truck out of the way so we can have a view of the next few events here.
F-150 deadlift, courtesy of
We'll be right back.
event sponsors. Hey, Gordon Bigmister.
When he was holding the two pillars, right? That's about the same thing we're doing here. The archers come in here, in between these. They're all being measured up. They get handles on each hand, and then we'll let go and put the weight on them. It's 350 pounds on each hand. And the trick here is to hold it as long as possible. Now this is an event I was pretty good at. Whoever saw a couple of years ago, me and Bill Cass might do a comeback on a Hercules hold. Who saw it? Alright. Now Bill just threw in the towel there, didn't he?
You did it wearing jeans and not even warmed up.
Yeah, I didn't even warm up, I was just wearing my jeans. But no, Hercules hold it's an interesting event. It's a lot of grip, but it's also a lot of willpower, and you have to want it. It hurts, and then it starts hurting more. You gotta go through that pain. A lot of things that strongmen do work through that pain. Now I can tell you, if I would wake up one morning and didn't feel any pain, that's the time I'm dead. So, we get used to it. We live with pain. So, are we about ready to go? Okay.
Okay, we're just about ready for our next event, the Hercules hold. This is a classic strongman event. It's a real test of not only your grip strength, but also just your will to win. You know, it hurts. You know, your grip hurts, your hands hurt, your forearms are burning, and your whole back and shoulders really feel as this weight just tries to rip your arms apart. And your whole upper back is just working hard to keep your shoulders in your sockets, and it's not the most fun event. Just grit your teeth and hold on as long as you can, because every second counts. This is one where you really see who wants it.
So many years ago when I was competing, I did this event. I was again like Magnus, nowhere near as good as him, but I would sing, when they let go, I would sing "O Canada" in my head to distract me from the pain and also to keep a rhythm, because I knew at the point, I think at a certain point I was like, okay, I hit 35 seconds, I can let, I believe it was somewhere in the middle, but when the athletes, when they're ready to go, they'll just zone out, but that doesn't mean that they can't hear our applause, folks.
You'll see they're getting, each athlete gets their height set. It's really important to get tension off the start. As each of these pillars is released, if you get pulled to one side, it's very tough to recover, so you need to be solid off the start. Really sit down into it.
Welcome everyone joining us via live
And then
stream on YouTube. Welcome to our third annual Magnus Classic.
Once they're settled, it's just a matter of holding on as long as possible. So that start is really important. You don't want to get pulled to the side and essentially zero the event, because it's going to cost you a lot of points. So just one shot at this.
As long as they can hold.
Here's Jesse. Release. You can see them moving around a little bit as he steadies. And now he can just really sit down into it and hold, and just keep holding for as long as you can. You don't want to let go.
Let's get loud, Gimli.
These events are really a mental battle, blocking out the pain, blocking out your thoughts. Just hold them.
It should be, yeah, because it's up on the top left right now.
Really solid from Jesse here. Wow. Good hold from Jesse.
47 seconds, folks. 47.84. And with the close competition we got, that .74 will definitely make a difference.
So now they're going to set the chains for our next competitor here. That's going to be Jonathan Kavanagh.
Next up, we got Jonathan Kavanagh. Come on up, Jonathan.
47.84 seconds for Jesse. Great performance here. He's going to be hoping that that score holds up, make up some of the points he lost on the deadlift.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our VIPs over here. Ian Wood with Cardinal Wealth Management, thank you so much for your support. We also have our Odin's Pass members. We're very glad that you're able to join us here today, folks.
Jonathan here is getting set up, getting his grip set. About to get started here. You see him taking the tension off before they release it. That helps stabilize. He's getting pulled still a little bit side to side. See if he can even that out, get it stable. There we go. Now seems to have the settled down. Let's see how long he can hold it for. Looking real solid so far. Oh, he's starting to shake a little bit. I think that left hand might be slipping. Oh, there you see the right. Oh, it came out of the right first there. I don't think he held it as long as Jesse did, but we'll see what his time is.
30.64 seconds, folks.
30.64 seconds. That's going to put him in second so far, but lots of very strong athletes to come.
340 pounds per pillar.
So we have 340 pounds each hand
Next up, we got
pulling
Spencer
you apart.
Campbell.
It's
Let's make some noise
not a
for
pleasant
Spencer.
feeling and very, very difficult. So it's hard to describe the feeling of that kind of weight pulling you apart.
While Spencer's getting ready, I'd like to just say a quick shout out to Gilbert Funeral Home for supporting our event. 3 generations of families taking over that home and locations here in Gimli and Selkirk. And let's not forget Sudden Impact Construction.
Okay. So up next we have
Great work. I refer him to as many
Spencer
times as I
Campbell getting his chain link set. It's looking.
All right, we're getting
All right.
ready here now.
He's gonna sit down into it to try and take some of that slack away. Let's see how that
Make
works.
some noise for Spencer.
Wow, very solid start from Spencer. Didn't even budge side to side. That's great. It's going to save him some energy and hopefully increase the amount of time he can hold on to these. Looking very comfortable right now. Very comfortable for Spencer. Oh, it just slipped. That was unexpected. He looked like he had a solid grip on it, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Just fatigues quickly and you drop it without warning. Let's see what kind of time he put up there.
.80 seconds, folks. Let's give a big round for Spencer here.
20.80 seconds for Spencer. That's going to put him in third currently.
All right, up next we got Scott Deese. Come on, folks, make some noise.
All right, we have Scott Deese coming up.
Scott's coming up to the Iron Image Hercules
He's
hold.
a big man with thick forearms, so this should be a good event for him. You know, we'll see how that size relates to his grip strength. Oh no, he's getting pulled to the side. That's what we talked about earlier. You can't let it tug you off at the start. If it pulls you off to one side, it's very, very hard to recover, and it's going to affect your score negatively. He's going to be very disappointed in that, but he's going to have to recollect himself and get ready for the next event.
All right, folks, this is not an easy event, and sometimes balance plays a big factor in this. Scott, he's just going to use that anger to go on to the next event, and he's going to do even better.
It's definitely a position I've been on in this implement. It's very difficult to stabilize yourself.
Why? So you can control the weight. If you stand in too close and it starts tilting on one side, if you can't control it, it will ruin your attempt.
Magnus giving some quick tips to the athletes here. And he wants to see everyone do their best.
Some love anyway, guys.
I know Scott will be disappointed with that. He definitely has the grip to hold on for longer, but it's the way it goes sometimes. He's going to have to really regroup quickly and come back out in the next event and try and get some big points. Next up, we have Lance Lavallee. He's going to hope to learn from the mistakes that were just made and really get nice and wide and stable. Easier said than done, of course. Oh, Lance struggling a little bit to get it stable at first, but it looks like he has it sorted out now. You can see the strain on his face as his weight just pulls him apart. It's not a comfortable feeling. But you just got to block out that pain and keep holding. Wow. Let's see what kind of time Lance put in there.
26.29 seconds.
26.29 seconds. I believe that puts him into third place. 3rd out of 5 athletes to go so far.
not an easy thing to do for the shoulders, I'll tell you. All right, next up, we got Big Ben Court. Come on, Ben.
Ben Court up next.
Yep, Ben, come on up, bud.
Yeah. Ben is a veteran of the sport. He'll be looking for a big performance here.
All right, well, Ben,
These Hercules holds are notorious for just yanking people to the side a little bit, so he's going to have to get real wide and stable. You've seen a lot of athletes so far struggle with that initial pull from one side or another, but most of them have been able to sort it out and find that equilibrium. Just a quick change of lengths here for Ben. Make sure it's the best possible place to do well.
I really encourage all of you guys that after this event is done, check out the rest of the festival. It's at 133rd Íslandi and Víkingurinn here in Gimli. We've got everything from the Viking village. There's carnival rides for the kids. Let's make some noise for Ben, folks.
All right. Ben looking very stable here. You can see the strain on his face already. It's not always necessarily an indicator of how long someone's going to hold. But, oh, it looks like he's slipping. You can see the weight move out a bit. It's pulling him off to the left here. Oh. Let's see what kind of a time here Ben got. You can see these athletes are really, really having a hard time with the Hercules hold here. It's a very difficult event. 26-29. Exactly the same as the last one. Ben seems happy with that time, so that's good. Can't stress how hard this event really is. 340 pounds per hand, pulling you apart. You got to keep it stable and keep your shoulders inside the sockets, and it's a lot easier said than done. These are some extremely, extremely strong men here, and you can see just the pain and struggle in their face as they hold it. Jonathan Wimberly up next.
Let's make some noise for Jonathan, folks.
Good start from Jonathan. Not much movement. He looks really solid.
Let's get loud.
Looks nice and calm and composed. He could have a really big time here. Just be looking up to pick up some points. Great, great performance here from Jonathan. Needs to keep holding. There's some guys with great grip coming up, so every second's going to count. Still looking comfortable. It's an incredible, incredible performance here. This is not easy. Wow. Great time from Jonathan. Let's find out exactly what it was. See if we have a new leader.
45.79 seconds, folks.
45.79. That's not quite good for first, but he's now sitting in second.
Right now.
He's going to be happy with that performance.
All right. Now training out of the Iron Image, coming to the Iron Image Hercules hold, Andrew Langlar.
Next we have Andrew Langlar. Andrew is from a powerlifting background, so he trains his grip a lot. He did struggle at a grip event earlier this year, but he's been working hard on it, and let's see if he's addressed the problems. This will be a good sign.
All right, let's make sure we make some noise for the local boys.
Here we go. Andrew's going to be looking to try and move into at least, that third place spot. He needs about 26 seconds. He's looking very solid now. No strain on his face, looking rock solid. This could be a big time for Andrew. He's obviously been working on his grip since last time.
20 seconds, make some noise. Come on,
Looking
come on,
real
come on.
stable here. Another 10 seconds is going to be big points for Andrew. First signs of struggle on his face here. Oh, let's see what that time was. That could be big points for Andrew.
31.16 seconds.
31.16 seconds for Andrew. That puts him in third place. He's going to be very happy with that. He's obviously been putting in the work to work on his weaknesses.
Hey,
Love
Andrew
to see it.
Third with that time. And next up, speaking of our local boys, let's make some noise for Dan Cadger from Sandy Hook.
Up next, we have Dan Cadger.
Ladies and gentlemen, just
Looking around 30 seconds to get into the really big points here.
Icelandic Festival, now 133. Thank you, Mr. Grant Stephenson, past president. For
All right.
Let's make some
Nice.
noise.
Dan.
Come on, folks.
Dan's looking stable here. He's doing a great job. Dan had a bit of a oopsie on this event last year. Morris, he got pulled off to the side. So this is great. He's going to be happy here. He just needs to keep holding on. Dan's shaking. You can see the struggle in his face, but he's going to keep fighting. All right, let's see what that score was for Dan.
29 seconds, 0.31.
29.31 seconds for Dan. That's good for fifth place so far. It's going to be a good performance for Dan.
All right. Next up, we got Larson Hare. Come on, Larson. Make some noise for him.
Up next is Larson. Larson has a great grip. He's going to be looking to try and take the event win in this event. Get some big points here. I know this is an event he's very confident in. He likes the Hercules hold. So.
That's confidence there. He just walks up, what's the winning plan? He knows what he's got to beat, and he's going to beat it. Let's go, Larson. Gimli, let's help him get to 48 seconds. Make some noise.
Larson will be disappointed here if he doesn't have a good performance. I know this is one he's looking forward to. He's posting on his Instagram that he's very much looking forward to the Hercules. Having a little trouble with the setup on the apparatus here. We'll get that sorted out. Here we go.
Make some noise for
Strong start from Larson. Nice and stable. You can see some strain on his face already. Let's see if he can fight through that. A little bit of bouncing. That's really going to tax your grip. He's going to want to try and get that fully stabilized. Get rid of any of that bouncing in the apparatus.
He's in the 40s now.
Great performance from Larson. This is going to be big if he can get over the 47.84 leader.
Let's make some noise for Larson.
Come on, Lars. He's getting the crowd into it. What a performance. He could hold this all day. Wow. That's going to be a huge time.
59 seconds.
59 seconds for Larson. Almost a full minute.
Good job, Larson. All right, next up, Brian.
That's going to be a really tough score to beat here. But if anyone can do it, and probably this guy, Brian Kitchen. He was fifth at the Amateur Arnold's Open last year. And he has a fantastic grip.
Like to take this opportunity to thank the municipality of Gimli.
He's going to be looking to challenge Larson here.
All afternoon. It is a very popular spot during the festival, and the fact they would let us use this for such an amazing event, we show their appreciation. All right.
What a start there.
Brian, come on,
Just
folks.
absorb that first impact as the fingers drop. Now he's going to look to just hold for as long as possible. 59 seconds to beat. closing his eyes, just blocking everything out, getting comfortable, as comfortable as one can be with 680 pounds pulling you apart.
Come on, Brian, come on, Gimli.
Very composed.
60 seconds.
He's looking comfortable. Will we get our first time of a minute here? Only 2 competitors remaining afterwards, so he's going to be looking to try and get into that first place spot and pick up big points.
Come on, Brian, keep it going, keep it going.
It's going to be a good time. We'll have to see where it puts him.
46.42 seconds, folks.
46.42 seconds puts him in 3rd place.
Way to go. That time was good enough for current 3rd place. Let's give a big hand to Brian here, folks. Next up, all the way from Utah, Big Connor Gordon.
Up next, we have Connor Gordon, sitting in 2nd place currently.
All right, big man, let's show him how it's done.
There we go. Nice and stable. He's looking pretty comfortable.
Let's get Connor to 60 seconds. Come on, folks.
It's just a mental game here. He needs 60 seconds to take over first from Lars. It's going to be a big ask.
He told me he'd do 60 if Gimli could get nice and loud.
But he's looking solid here. See the first signs of struggle on his face. How long can he push? Oh, it's slipping out. Let's see where that puts him. He will have wanted more, I imagine, but it's a very, very tough event. 34.58. It's going to give him 5th place currently.
Well, we want to thank you very much for traveling all the way from Utah here today. So that is a long trip. But we're very happy to have him here competing.
Up next, we have our leader after the deadlift, Tyler Sigurdsson.
Currently sitting in 1st place from the first event. From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Tyler Sigurdsson.
Grip is not Tyler's favorite event, but he'll be looking to pick up some points here. He needs to get into the mid 30 seconds, 35 seconds or so to pick up big points here, so let's see what he can do.
All right, folks, let's get ready. We want to see Tyler hit 60 seconds.
Tyler takes that initial pull well. He's looking stable.
Come on, folks, he's the last of the Hercules.
He's straining. But Tyler's going to keep fighting right until the end, until he can't hold on anymore.
Come on, Tyler! Let's go!
You hear the crowd cheering for Tyler. They want to see a minute. Looking really solid here. Another guy who's always been putting the work in on his grip, addressing those weaknesses. You love to see it. Just got to keep holding for a little longer here, Tyler. Let's see what that gives him.
All right, Tyler. 39.29.
39.29 seconds. That's going to be big points for Tyler. It puts him in 5th place. It's going to be a good performance for him. An event that's traditionally a weaker one for him, and he did quite well, so he's going to be happy with that. Well, that's it for the Hercules hold. We have, in the overall, we now have...
We're taking a break just to get ready for our next event. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank a lot of our sponsors, as well as sponsors of the festival. As you can see, we've got a lot. We have Mackenzie. We've got so many different sponsors. They're all along the medians there. Again, big shout out to our friend here, Ian Wood from Cardinal Wealth Management. I want to also thank all of our volunteers here today. They've come out from all over to come be a part of this event, and without them, we wouldn't be able to hold this event. So, big round of applause for our volunteers.
So that's it for the Viking Press. We'll be back. Or sorry, that's it for the Hercules hold. We'll be back with the Viking press soon.
The last 2 years.
We have Brian Kitchen first with 22.5 points, and Lars and Tyler tied at 22 points for second and third.
We'll have what we call the
We'll be back
Viking
soon.
press.
I'll just follow him.
Like an
Yeah, it's
Olympic
okay.
lifting. That's not allowed. They can dip to drive it and follow it through. But as they need to warm up for this, so we're going to give them about 10 minutes to warm up. Thank you.
It was maybe not even a few weeks ago, maybe about in June. Mr. Vermagnuson made Monica Mrs. Vermagnuson. Someone a big round of applause for them. They make a cute couple. Mostly her. All right, while we're just waiting for the current order for the Viking press, I'd like to remind everyone, if you would like to get some Magnús Classic swag, they're going to be sold over at the, over in the vendor tents. Just go look for the Icelandic Festival of Manitoba tent. They have all different colors and all different sizes. As you can tell, we didn't order a lot of small sizes for this event, but anything is going to be over there if you want. There's lots of other things. I know we have our trophies here today are etched in stone. First place trophy weighs 80 pounds. This was donated by a local
He is my partner wearing the Strong Manitoba hat. So we take care of all the competitions locally in Manitoba. And it's sanctioned through Strongman Corp Canada, which a couple of athletes here are actually a part of Strongman Corp Canada. So next weekend, if you guys enjoy what you see, we have provincials for all the amateurs in Manitoba. So you won't see Tyler, you won't see Dan there because there are 2 pro strongmen out of Manitoba, only 2. But we have all the amateurs, including Andrew, who's actually still an amateur. He is competing next weekend, along with numerous of our helpers who are all competing next weekend in Winkler. That is August 10th. Start time 12 o'clock if you guys are interested in supporting local strength sports. We have, as well, me and Tyler, through Strongman, so we're on a podcast called Strong and Petty. Clearly I'm the strong, he's the petty, as you can tell. That's clearly wrong. But we put out generally weekly episodes. There may not be one today, but shit happens. So that's where you'll get any local news about strongmen. We cover any comps generally across Canada and some of the big comps in the world. Just an overview of them. We know numerous of the competitors, so we do that. If you're ever wondering how to get involved in strongman, if you guys like what you see, if you're enjoying the competitions but you think it's something you can't do, or how do I get involved, numerous gyms around the area. We got Iron Image in Selkirk. They're one of the main sponsors here. They've got Andrew trains there, a couple of other competitors train there. We got Iron Age Strength that Tyler, my partner, owns here. That is probably the most equipment in Winnipeg for strongman. He's a coach as well. With the Brick House Gym in Winnipeg, they have strongmen here. South of Winnipeg, you've got my gym, Training Ground Gym. That's where lots of this equipment comes from. That's in St. Malo. And there's also one in Winkler, the Forge Gym. So if you look at any of those gyms, the coaches in all those gyms, they will lead you to where you need to be in strongman. You can start, we have competitors starting at 150 pounds and working up their way over the years to get into it. So it's never too late to start. What I mean by that is we have masters divisions for 40 and 50-year-old men and women. So we have numerous of our masters competitors here cheering who have been to the highest level official strongman games. So just slow it all strongman if you're looking to get into it. It's an awesome sport, great camaraderie, very supportive, and it's just a lot of fun.
Thank you very much, Devin.
Oh, that's good.
If you guys want to come back, get to your spots, get a good spot for this one.
Yeah, that's Lucas Hatton's coach. Angelic Jordan, Aaron Murray, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, kiss you.
Just a reminder about all of our swag. You can not only Magnús Classic stuff, but you can get Viking horns, you can get Icelandic Festival stuff. Now's the time to grab it. This is the weekend that everyone comes to Gimli to be a Viking.
You're on.
So we are now at the Viking press here. Our first competitor is Scott. Come on up, Scott. Let's give him a big round of applause.
First up, we have Scott Deese.
Now remember, folks, this is 340 pounds. They are going to do reps, and it's the most reps they can do in 60 seconds.
Scott Deese is first up on our Viking press. We have 340 pounds in hand. Most reps done in a minute. We got some big pressers here in this field, so I'm expecting some big numbers on this. This Viking press can be pretty unforgiving. It swings both where the weight is attached and at the pivot on the other end, so it'll be quite hard to stabilize, but I think these guys won't have too many problems with it. Beautiful reps from Scott. Oh, a little bit of struggle there, but I think he has more. Locks out that third rep.
Come on, Scott, you got this.
Oh, I think that's it for Scott.
All right, good job.
3 reps, that's good for first so far.
Up next is Spencer.
Spencer Campbell up next.
All right, let's make some noise for Spencer.
The athlete order is the reverse order from the previous event until we get to our 5th event, at which point the order will be reverse order of the overall placing. So if you're in first place going to the last event, you go last. It's a big advantage. So you want to do well in the preceding event so that you know what you need. You don't have to waste any energy.
Come on, boys and girls, let's make some noise.
Spencer had a little slip up on the pick, and he had to put it down. And not allowed to retouch, so that's going to be it. It's an unfortunate mistake. You really got to make sure you're not making those errors here. It's going to cost you a lot of points.
Just too slippery, folks.
He's going to be disappointed, but he needs to regroup and get ready for the next event.
So next we got Lance. Come on, Lance, you got this, buddy. Let's go.
Next we have Big Daddy Lance Lavillier. Very experienced competitor. Just hoping that experience does well for him here.
Joining us from Ontario.
Oh, he's fighting hard. He got that lockout. This is rep 1. Let's see if he has any more in him.
Come on, Lance.
Needs to get this big drive out of his legs. Nope, that's it for Lance. But 1 rep will still be points. Every rep counts. Up next, we're going to have Ben Court. Ben is a big presser. I'm expecting a big performance from him.
I know one's still good there. You're sitting first place. Second, sorry.
We'll see if it holds up.
There you go. All right, next up we got Ben Court.
This should be a great event for Ben. He's going to be looking to pick up a lot of points here after a not so great performance on the
Big noise for Big Ben.
on the Hercules hold. Just repping this out. Easy for Ben. This is going to really move him up the overall standings.
All right, come on, guys, let's go. Make some noise.
Just knocking these out. Extremely impressive.
Darren, let's go.
He's going to have to get his legs involved here. Big press from the legs. It's going to be, call it there. That's going to put him in first. Great performance from Ben. It's going to move him up. Next up is Dan Cadger. Dan is another guy who's very good at Viking press. He hit 10 reps at 330 on this implement at amateur nationals last year. So he's going to be looking for a big performance. Ben got 7 reps there.
Well, you're going to get some rest. Look forward to seeing you next event there, bud. Congratulations. All right, let's make some noise for Dan Cadger from Sandy Hook, Manitoba.
Dan's another guy who's going to be looking to pick up points here. Try and move up a little bit after the Hercules hold. Rough first rep for Dan, but he's going to collect himself here.
Come on, let's get him go. Come on.
Come on. Dan's really got to use his legs.
Come on, Dan. Lock those arms out.
There we go. 2 reps for Dan.
Get him to 3.
1 more rep gets him tied for second. Nope, 2 reps is it for Dan.
Good job, Dan.
He's going to be good for third at the moment. We'll see how that holds up as the event goes on.
Next up, Jonathan Kavanaugh.
Next up, we have Jonathan Kavanaugh. Here he comes.
I remember, folks, that is 340 pounds over your shoulders and head. That is not an easy feat.
This Viking press is true, gives a lot of people fits. They were used at amateur nationals last year, and a lot of people said that anecdotally it felt much heavier than the 330 that it was in hand, and that's just because there's a lot of places it moves. The weight swings and it pivots, and it's just very hard to stabilize. So 340 pounds is difficult at the best of times, and when it's that unstable, it's even harder. Great first rep. 3 or more reps is going to be good points here. Oh, only managed to get that 1 rep. Looked very promising, but just didn't have enough for a second. This is very tough on the shoulders, the triceps, your upper back, just stabilizing the weight as it comes down.
I'm certainly not going to try it.
Well put.
How often do you do the Viking press in other competitions?
I've done it twice in the last 10 years I competed.
Wow. Okay, so it's a rather new event to you. So, well, thanks for coming out.
Jonathan Kavanagh saying that this is only the second time in 10 years of competing he's done a Viking press, so it's not an event he's had a lot of time to train. Andrew's very new to the sport. I'm not sure he's ever touched a Viking press before today, so this will be interesting for him. first year competing. This is going to be only his 4th competition. Very heavy competition. He couldn't quite lock out that first rep. He's going to, there we go. Much better leg drive from Andrew. 2 reps. 1 more rep's going to put him in tie for second. He really needs to use his legs here.
Make some noise for him. Let's get him to 3. Come on.
3 reps is going to be huge points for Andrew if he can get it. He really wants it. Oh, it's just not there, but 2 reps is a good performance. It's going to put him into a tie in 3rd with Dan.
All right. We got the big Hulk from Utah, Connor Gordon. Come on up there.
Connor Gordon up next.
Let's give Connor some love, folks.
Another guy you can just see visually. He's a strong presser, big shoulders, big traps, thick upper body. I think this should be a good event for him.
Give Alex some love, folks. Come on.
Alex Jose, his coach here. Oh, he's running off camera. Connor's going to, easy rep for Connor. He's going to have a big performance here based on these first 2 reps.
3.
Just cruising along here. 7 reps to beat. It's going to be big points if he can beat that 7 reps. 1 more to tie here. So that's 7. If he gets 1 more here, it's going to put him into first. Oh, so close in the lockout. See if he can recompose himself and get this. Oh, not quite there, but 7 reps to tie for first place and be big points for Connor. He's going to be very happy with that.
Good job, Connor.
This is an extremely heavy Viking press.
All right. Currently sitting in 3rd place now from Winnipeg, Tyler Sigurdsson.
Next up, we have Tyler Sigurdsson, owner of Iron Age Gym here in Winnipeg.
All right, 7's the number to beat there, Tyler. Let's show us how it's done.
He has 7 reps to beat. It's a big number, especially with this weight. Let's see what he can do.
Come on, Manitoba.
Here we go, Tyler's up. You can hear the crowd getting loud already, supporting their guy. Easy first rep from Tyler. 2 reps. He's looking real good here. He's going to want to chase down those leaders at 7 reps. Be huge points if he can get there. 4 reps. Looking solid for Tyler. A little bit of a double dip there. That rep's not going to count. You can't rebend the knees once you extend them. That's a good rep there. 5 reps for Tyler. He's going to call it there. 5 reps is going to put him in second. There's a tie. 6 reps, my bad. 6 reps is going to put him in second. There's a tie for 7th. So, yeah. So I guess technically that puts him in 3rd place since there is a tie for first.
I don't know if you noticed, he didn't get 1 rep because he did what we call a double dipping. And he knew right away himself.
What does that mean there, Magnus?
The great Magnus for Magnusson just explaining double dipping.
When you drive, you can only do a single push process. You go up. So the guy goes and he pushes and he dips under again. That's called a double dip. It's allowed in log press, axe, all that stuff, but not in the Viking.
So what they're describing there is double dipping is when your knees rebend after fully extending them. You can't dip down underneath the bar to catch it. It's allowed in every event in Strongman with the exception of Viking. One of the weird quirks of Strongman rules, but it's been like that for as long as Strongman's been around. So it's really a true raw pressing power event. You know, things like axle and log, you can really technique your way around with those double dips or your split jerks. But this one, you just need to be strong, need to have strong shoulders, strong triceps, and strong legs.
America to come join us here at the Classic. So let's make sure we show our appreciation by giving them some noise.
Next up, we have Jonathan Wimberly. It's a nice first rep there. He's going to be looking for 3 or more reps here. Is going to be good points.
Come on, Jonathan. Let's go, Gimli. Make him some noise.
He really needs to log. He's pushing. He gets the down call on that. Good performance from Jonathan. 4 reps is going to put him in 4th place.
It's a little heavier weight than usual.
I have a little bit of a shoulder thing going, so I'm very happy with what I got.
The fact that you struggled through with a sore shoulder, that shows your grit. Good job, bud.
Jonathan there saying he has a bit of a shoulder issue coming into that event, and he's quite happy with the result. So glad to see that it didn't get any worse. Next, we have Brian Kitchton from Boston. Another guy who you can tell just looking at him, he's going to be a good presser. Expecting a big number for him here.
Come on, Brian. Use that anger towards the Jets, and let's get you 8.
Brian doesn't like the Jets, apparently.
1.
Very solid reps from Brian. Just pressing this with ease. 4 reps already. It's looking very solid. I think we might see a new leader here. Oh, really struggling now. He needs to get his legs involved. Oh, that's it. I think he landed on 5 reps. 5 reps is going to be good points. It's going to put him in 4th now behind Tyler.
Gimli loves it better than Boston, the Bruins. So.
Really good performance for his first time on this implement.
Come on down, Jesse. We got the number to beat is 7.
Jesse Campbell up next. Canada's 2nd strongest U105. The smallest man in the competition. This is going to be big if he can get some reps here.
Make some noise,
Pressing is an event that in general is pretty weight dependent, especially when you take away the ability to double dip or use a split jerk. So this is going to be a tough ask for Jesse. He has his height set too high, and he's tapping the ground. It's interfering with his leg drive. Just can't get as deep as he wants. That's why you really need to be careful when setting your heights, because it just throws you off if it's tapping the ground. That's tough for Jesse. He's definitely gonna want to pay more attention in setting his height next time. He's gonna be disappointed. No, he's got to regroup quickly because we don't have much time until the next event here.
We got Big Larson.
Last, we have our 2nd place individual through 2 events. Lars is a great presser. He's gonna be looking for big events on this Viking. Let's see if we can get a new leader. Easy first rep for Lars. It's moving well. Already up to 3. I think that 7 reps may be in danger here. 4 reps. 5. Moving real well for Lars. Here we go. He got the down signal on that. He needs 1 more here. That's it. 8 reps. He's asking if they want more. The crowd wants more reps. Look at that, 1 extra just for style points. Great job from Lars. He's going to be very happy with that. And I think that will make him our new overall leader. He was only half a point back going into this event. He's going to really be happy with that performance.
You could have done about another 3 more by the looks of it.
Probably. I was hoping for 14, but I didn't have to do it. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, we're glad you came out here, buddy. Gimli, big round of applause for Lars.
Great performance from Lars. It's going to set him really well for the rest of the comp now. He's going to be coming in 1st place. He's sitting on
All right, so that is
35 points with 2nd place Tyler at 32. And Brian Kitchton now slips to 3rd with 31.5. Still very much in the hunt. Not much between our top 3. It'll be an interesting finish to our show.
I'd like to take this opportunity again, as always, to recognize our sponsors.
And in 4th, we have Connor. He's at 31. He's only 1 point behind 3rd place.
So we've got Cardinal Capital Management, Mr. Ian Wood over at the table. If ever you're looking for some great financial advice, go and see the man wearing the big Hawaii party shirt. Wonderful man. Castellano Law Corp, Sarah Castellano, based out of Henderson Highway. We got Gilbert Funeral Home. There are 3 generations that have run that. There's locations here in Gimli and in Selkirk. We've also got Integrity Home Inspections. Another good Icelander, Gord Vigvison. We have the Iron Image Barbell Club. We've talked to Matt and Tom already. Thank you for your big support, main event sponsors. As well, Julie Naser with Mortgage Experts. If you guys are looking to get pre-approved for a mortgage anytime soon, give Julie Naser a call. She is located in Selkirk as well. And finally, Mike Simcoe with Sudden Impact Construction. If you're looking for anything to be done around the house, whether it's a renovation, whether wives, if the husbands just aren't doing that weekend warrior thing, you give Mike a call and he'll come in and finish the job.
We'll be right back with the video stream. We're just moving the camera to get a good view of our next event, the bag toss. But we'll be back live in just a few moments.
So, VIPs and Odin Pass, you guys are going to get the ultimate experience. All but being the athletes themselves. So be careful. They might accidentally grab you and throw you over rather than the bag. Okay? If they do that, enjoy the ride and don't sue us. I'm going to ask if you can back off a little bit. Just, you know, that's a save, I'm sorry.
How wide can we get with this? Are we going to be able to get the, like a good...
That's a save, I'm sorry here, so...
Are we going to be able to get a good view of the bag toss, do you think, back there? Can we get wide enough here? Yeah, do we need... I think we probably need them... Can they move? We should maybe get them to move, yeah.
You never know.
Do you think we'll be able to zoom out enough to get the whole thing?
Just come on to the side here. You should be safe. I'm not throwing.
Can we see the top of the stanchion, though? Maybe... Can we flip the camera vertically? Would that work? We gotta get the whole bag so we can see the bags as they're going over or not.
There you go. I'll just stood in back. There you go. That's what you can see right now.
Oh yeah, we almost angle it up a bit more so we can see if it's going over. Let's just zoom out as we get it. I think it'll work.
I'll turn this off for now so we're not... Can zoom. Can tilt it up a little more. But right now, there you go. That's perfect. We might miss the bag going way over, but... No, one second. I'm gonna... Where's my mouse? Sorry, I turned off the video cap. That's what you see right now.
You better make it count.
Tilt a little left. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm not gonna micromanage you.
No, you're okay. I get it. It's just remembering which thing.
Yeah. You're good right there. And you can just move back a little.
We have a...
All right. I'm going to explain this even.
Now we got the computers in the
We
way.
got 10 bags.
Can you move to the left?
6 10 bags. The lightest one is 40 pounds. The heaviest one is 65 pounds. We time each bag when it crosses over the bar.
We almost need to...
So whoever does the 65
Well,
in the
that's...
fastest
I
time
think it's
wins.
close as we can get.
If they can't, then whoever
Almost feel like
60
if we
in
angle
the
it this
fastest
way,
time,
Yeah, we're gonna...
that's how we score it.
Yeah.
But we got
And
some
they got
technique
60
though.
seconds to
I think
complete
we go up a bit
as
because we'll
many
be able to
bags
see
as
the bags
possible.
if we angle it up and that way. Make it...
got everything from the IFL.
And 65 pounds after just deadlifting almost 800 doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for these guys to get the 65-pound bag. They're throwing over a 15-foot height, so it's pretty impressive they can get them all. Again, just saying, our next event in Manitoba is next weekend in Winkler, provincial qualifier. All the qualifiers and the winners from there go to nationals in New Brunswick this year in Thanksgiving weekend, October. So come on out and support.
All right, be sure to follow us on the Magnus Classic YouTube as well. Hey, whenever you're following any kind of sports, you go out Strongman as well as the Magnus Classic are the great two things to follow here.
All right, we're getting set for our bag toss here. We got 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and 60 or 65-pound bags.
Hey, just while they're doing the fine tuning here, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank
Over
all
15
of our
feet.
volunteers. Okay, without them, we wouldn't be set up. We wouldn't be ready. It would be a very, very slow-going show because it would be just me moving those weights, and that's not happening. So big round of applause for our volunteers.
Great crowd here at the Magnus Classic Qualifier. Lots of people stopping to check out the action. Great environment for a show like this. Bag toss is a very fast-paced event, fun to watch. Be interesting to see how everyone does. In general, being long and tall is what you want for this event.
The bag toss here has been a part of this event every year since our inception. It is a crowd favorite, so be sure to make some noise, because first up, we got Spencer. Come on up, Spencer.
Here we go, Spencer Campbell. Spencer Campbell will be our first competitor. The first bag is 45 pounds. That's already a big ask. It's not an easy throw by any means over 15 feet. My mistake. The first bag is 40 pounds, but what I said still stands.
Come on, Spencer, let's make some noise.
Here we go. First throw for Spencer. 40 pounds, just under. He's going to need to get a little more height on that. Trajectory is good. Needs a little more pop. Just touch the bottom of the bar. Needs about another foot of height. He has to really dig deep, get explosive, snap those hips through, get that bag launched over the bar. Not quite there. He still has some time. You can try again. This is a tough one in this event. As you keep going, you're just getting more and more tired, and it's just harder and harder to make it. Oh, that was his closest one so far, but still just went just under the bar. And that's time for Spencer. He's going to be disappointed he didn't get that first bag. Jesse Campbell's up next. Canada's second strongest U105. I have a feeling this will be a good event for him.
Come on, Jess.
Plenty of height on that first throw, just didn't have the right trajectory. Went up and down in front of the bar. There we go, nice and easy, that went over. Onto the 45-pound bag. Once again, he had the height, just not quite the trajectory. He's got this one if he can sort out that trajectory. There we go. Second bag for Jesse, onto the 50-pounder. Oh, just under the bar on that 50-pound bag for Jesse. He's got some time here to compose himself and go for another attempt. He's going to really want to get this bag. It's just not quite there today for Jesse. Good attempt. 2 bags. He's our current leader. This event we're doing split time, so if 2 athletes get the same number of reps, it'll be whoever does it faster. The bags are timed from when they hit the ground. Up next, we have Jonathan Kavanagh. He's going to be looking to beat the 2 reps that Jesse Campbell just put in. Not quite sure on Jesse's time as of yet. Way over on that 40-pound bag. If he gets this one on first try, he'll move into first over Jesse. Not quite. He had the height, just needs to work on the trajectory a little bit. I'm sure he'll correct it on this throw here. Much better throw. Much better throw from Jonathan. Now he's looking to get that 50-pound bag over. He's already sitting in first on this as he went through the first two faster than than Jesse did. But another bag will be more points. Again, it's a little short. He's got 10 more seconds. He can have another attempt here. Oh, his best attempt at 50 pounds, but just not quite there. Still good enough performance to be sitting in first place so far.
From Ontario, Lance.
Next, we have Lance Lavallee.
Come on, Gimli, Lance.
Lance is a tall, long man that should lend himself well to this event. Long arms are definitely an advantage here. Just sent that first bag soaring over. Plenty of height onto the 45-pounder. He's going to want to get this quick to move into first. There we go, onto the 50-pound bag. I believe that was quick enough to put him into first place so far. But we'll have to wait on the time or to see if he gets this bag. Ooh, has the height, just not quite the trajectory. He's got this one. Lance can do this. Oh, so close. Hit the front and almost just sat on top of the bar. Just needs another inch. Oh, same thing. Just so close. Just about as close as you can get without getting it. Oh, again, right on that bar. That time it hit the underside, but it was still going up. He has the height if he can get the trajectory just right. Oh, so close. So close for Lance. Let's see if the two bags are done quick enough to move him into first.
Dan Cadger's up next. Come on, Dan.
Up next, we have BFD, Dan Cadger. BFD, of course, stands for Big Fun Dan. Lance with 2 reps in 15 seconds. That's going to put him into first so far. Dan is rocking his Iron Age short shorts. Very stylish. Contact Tyler to get yours. Beautiful first bag from Dan, well over. He's going to be quick on the second bag. Oh, a bit of a mistake. Didn't get the trajectory. That means he probably needs to get the third bag in order to move into first place. Much better throw from Dan. Moving on to the 50-pound bag.
From right down the road in our own province here.
Oh, he had the height. The trajectory slammed into the bottom of the top bar there. If he can pull that back a little bit, I think he has this. So close. He's going to give it another attempt here. Oh, nope, Dan's done. So let's see what his time is. And we'll see where he places on that.
All right, from Selkirk area, Andrew.
Here, next up is Andrew. Andrew is a great bag tosser. He's done 60 pounds over 15 feet before. He's going to be looking for a big performance in this one. He's long, he's tall, and he's athletic, and those are all the good things you want for bag toss. Here goes Andrew. 40-pound bag. Way over. He's got 5 feet over that bar. Ooh, just got it. Needs to be a little more careful on his trajectory with these heavier bags. 50 pounds, first one that puts him to first place. There's 55. Can he get 60? Beautiful performance so far from Andrew. Not quite. He's going to have to throw that again. He can do this. He can get this one. He needs the perfect trajectory. Oh, not quite. Those first few bags really tired Andrew out, but that's a great performance from him. He's going to be sitting in first place. Let's see how that holds up with the athletes still to come.
That's a pretty good event there for you. Yeah, the cardio and strongman sometimes don't go all that well.
Andrew with 4 reps in 20.48 seconds. Quite quick on those first few bags. Let's see what everyone else, the rest of the competitors can do, but I think that's going to be a strong time. Next up, we have Scott Deese. He's going to be looking to best Andrew with his 4 reps in 20.48 seconds. Oh, wow. Way over for Scott. Scott's doing a great job here. These bags are soaring over, and he's not even backing all the way up to the apparatus. I think we have our first finisher potentially here. Oh, so close. Let's see if he can get this 55-pound bag. Ooh, it's just not quite there for Scott. So explosive, it's easy to get tired on a bag run like this. Let's see if he got those 4 reps quickly enough to displace Andrew for that first place.
So what's been consistent throughout, folks, is that this is heavy. Okay?
4 reps in 17.88 seconds. So Scott Deese now moves into first place on the bag toss. Great performance from him.
Come on there, Jonathan.
Up next, we have Jonathan Wemberly. Said he was dealing with that shoulder issue. Let's hope it doesn't affect him here. First bag way over for Jonathan. He's not moving fast as Scott, so if he wants to beat him, he's going to have to get that 50 or that 60-pound bag rather. Whoa, just over for Jonathan. It kind of rolled itself over the bar. Ooh, just under on that 4th bag. That seems to be where everyone starts struggling. 55 pounds is a heavy sandbag toss. Ooh, I think he's just tired out from those first few reps. It's really easy to lose that explosiveness. It's such a intense event, and you just burn yourself out pretty quick when you're being very explosive. So, you know, in training, I'm sure the 55 would be no problem, but after throwing 3 bags already, makes it much, much harder.
Sitting in 3rd place overall, Brian.
Up next, we have Brian Kitchton.
He's doing 6. I know he's doing 6.
The time to beat is still 4 reps in 17.88 seconds. So let's see if Brian can either go past that or get that 5th bag and move into first place. Way over on the first bag. Very good throw. Brian is just tossing these over. Barely breaking a sweat here. On to the 4th bag. Very quick. Just over. Let's see how this goes on the 60-pound bag. Over. 1 bag left. 65 pounds. This will be huge if he can get it. Right over. Wow, what a performance from Brian. All 6 bags. That is going to be tough to beat.
How does it feel? You finished, only competitor right now that's finished all 6 bags. How you feeling?
Good, good. Actually thought I could do a little better, but we'll take it. It's a good event.
Excellent. What does it feel like to have all these, over 1,000 people here cheering for you?
Great, great.
Congratulations.
Fantastic performance from Brian.
All right, now
With just 3 competitors left.
Our Winnipeg boy, Tyler Sigurdsson.
Here comes Tyler. Tyler's another strong bag thrower. He's going to be looking to challenge Scott.
I know Tyler, he's going to do 6 and leave stand there, he might throw you over too.
Tyler's going to be looking for a big performance here. This is a good event for him. First bag well over. Just want to make sure to throw it. There we go. Correct his trajectory a bit on the second bag there. Third bag over, no problem. Oh, a little slip up on the fourth. That's okay. He can recover still. Now he just needs to get him all over. He's not going to beat Scott on the time, I don't think. But if he gets all six, he puts himself in a solid second. Ooh, just off on the trajectory there. Come on. Tyler just needs to keep going here. He can get this bag. It's still good points. Yes, on to the last bag. If he can get this, it's going to be a good result for him still. Oh, not quite there for Tyler on the last bag. He spends extra energy by having to rethrow the 50 or the 60-pound bag. He's going to be a little disappointed with that, but it's still good for second right now. Next up, we have Ben Court.
Let's give Ben some love, folks. Come on.
Ben's going to be looking to beat our leader, Scott, with 6 bags in 31 seconds. That's blistering fast.
While they're setting up quickly, guys, I'd like to also recognize
Sorry.
Devin and Red River Siding.
Brian. Brian is our current leader, not Scott. Brian Kitchen currently the lead with 6 bags in 31 seconds. So Ben's going to be looking to try and beat that. He's going to need almost a flawless run to do so.
Come on, Ben. Make some noise, Gimli.
First bag for Ben goes way over. That looks good. Second bag over. That's looking good. Plenty of height, plenty of clearance. Let's see how the 50 or the 55-pound bag goes.
Come on, you've got
Fourth bag. 4 reps is still big points here.
You got this, Ben. Come on. Gimli's got your back.
Ben's really going to want to get this one over if he wants to stay in contention for that podium. He's got one more attempt.
Come on, let's help him get the fork.
Oh, so close for Ben. He had the height, just the trajectory was a little off, and it ended up hitting the bar on the bottom as it was still going up. This is such a technical event. Even being off by a degree or two can really mess up your throw.
And it's strange because Manitoba is known for flatness, so we don't really get too high. But 15 feet, what's the normal that you normally do?
15, but it looks like 16 to me.
There you go, okay. Maybe there was a little divot there. All right. Congratulations, bud. 3. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, up next, we got from Utah, Connor Gordon.
Next up, we have Connor Gordon.
He can just slam dunk these.
Connor's another tall guy. Let's see how that translates to his bag toss. 6 reps for 31 seconds. Still the score to beat. Oh, lots of height, but just not quite the right trajectory. He's going to want to correct that quick. There we go. Much better second throw. Just tosses the second one over. It looks like he's found his rhythm now. Third bag right over. It's shaping up to be a great run here. Connors want to keep it going here. Oh, so close. Just short. He needs to get a little closer to the apparatus, and I think that one will be over too. There we go. Great throw from Connor. On to the 5th bag. 15 seconds left. Probably only one attempt here unless he's very quick. He's going to need to be very explosive here. Ooh. 2 seconds. No, didn't quite get it off, and it went under, even if he had. 4 reps for Connor. That's still going to be good points for him.
And last but not least, sitting in first place overall.
Here's Larson, our leader. After 3 events, he's going to be looking to try and put in a big score to maintain that. The top is very, very tight. Only 3 points. After 3 events, he only had 3 points over Tyler and 3.5 over Brian Kitchen. So he's going to be looking for a big performance here to stave those guys off.
Come on, guys, let's get him there. Let's get him there. Big round of applause. Come on.
First bag over for Lars. Second bag sneaks over, hits the bag. The bag hit the top and rolls over. Ooh, just short on the third bag. If he gets a little closer here, I think this will go over. Ooh, he had the height there. Just it was still going up when it hit the bottom. Maybe a little step away from the apparatus. Still think he can get this bag here. Ooh, once again, plenty of power. Just got hit on the bottom on the way up. Just needs to sort out his trajectory. He's got the power for this bag. Ooh, all right. A little tired there. He's just too fatigued from the previous throws. 3 bags for Larson. That's going to really open things up on the podium. It's going to have his lead shrink down. We'll see what the overall standing is after the bag toss. Lars saying that the 50-pound bag is a PR. Here we have our overall standings. We have Brian Kitchen in first with 44.5 points. Tyler Sigurdsson in second with 44. Lars in third now at 40.5 points. And Connor Gordon is only half a point off the podium at 40 points. So this is going to be a really fun, slight update on the screen here to the points. 41 for Lars. But this is shaping up to be a really fun podium battle. Anyone between those top 4 really still in it for the victory on our last event here. So tune back in to watch our shield carry for distance and see who will be crowned winner of the Magnús Classic Qualifier.
There's many different great events. We have the Viking village, which is over here by the harbor. There's food trucks. There is carnival rides. There is fashion shows. There's poetry contests. Formal speeches on Monday. Big parade, family.
In a second here, Magnus is going to be explaining our last event. The great 4-time world's strongest man, Magnus for Magnússon, an icon of our sport. It's truly a privilege to have him here in Manitoba, running his competition and his qualifier. And what a wonderful opportunity for all these athletes to qualify for an international show. Tristan Hoth, last year, won this qualifier and went on to win the Magnús Classic in Iceland and got an invitation to World's Strongest Man off of that.
So, anybody heard what the Húsafell stone is? Anybody know about it? The Húsafell stone is in Iceland, is in Húsafell. There's an old sheep's pen. And the legend says that Húsafell stone was the gate for the sheep's pen. But the legend says that farmer's daughter picked it up and walked one revolution with it. One revolution is about 35 meters. The world record is held by Willis Jokutsis. It's about 70 something meters. So, and that actually weighs 408 pounds, 186 kilos. We got about 350 pounds here. It's kind of like a replica, a metal one. So the athletes have to pick it up. We give them a little leverage here for the start if they tumble a little bit. As soon as they've gone, the whole Húsafell stone has crossed the line, their try has started. So whatever they do after that, we'll measure it. So the track is 50 feet, 100 feet, 150, and they got to walk around the cone. All right? Now this is really fitting as the last event for the day. Don't you think? Now the thing is, you'll get to know the scoring. You know, I know, we got about 2 guys that are like a half a point or a point separated them in first place right now. So you can see how far they're going. You can follow what's going on. You know, because as far as I know, that's how we usually run it. We don't go by the river or the order how the standing is before the last event. So whoever is leading gets to go last. So he knows what to do, what he needs to do. So you can really get behind people.
All right, folks, we are at the last event of our 3rd annual Magnus Classic here. How about another big round of applause for all of our athletes here today? They have traveled from all over the parts of North America here to compete for you, and they're going to showcase their strength here in our last event, the Húsafell Stone. Up first, let's give a big round of applause for Spencer.
Here we go. All right. We're setting off on the last event of our competition here. First athlete up is Spencer Campbell. This is another real gridded out event. You get this shield on your chest. It's hard to breathe, hard to get air. You just got to keep your feet moving and not let go. Really, really tough event. But it's one where he really shows who wants it the most, who's willing to fight through the longest. So I think we're in for a real treat on this last event here.
Good job so far. How are you commenting? You pick little points here and there for everyone. It's nice. Personal touch for everyone.
Here we go. Once the athlete lifts the shield up and takes their first step, there's event time has started. So it's really important to get a good position with your hands. Moving quick with his feet here, Spencer. This is looking real good. He just needs to keep those feet going around the pylon. Still moving fast. And see him start to have his feet slow down. He just needs to keep going. 100 feet is already a great performance. Oh, he's slowing down here. A few more steps. All right. Great run from Spencer. What a way to get this event started. You can see how quick he was moving at the start, and that really served him well, the fast feet. Shout out to our camera woman, Becca, for the perfect panning there, keeping the athletes in focus. I'm going to reset this this shield. And we're going to go on to our second competitor, who is going to be Jonathan Kavanagh. Right now, the distance to beat is 124.5 feet. A great opener, great first attempt at this. I think we're going to see some big numbers on this event.
124.6 feet.
Quick correction, it's 124.6, not 0.5. You know, that extra tenth might become quite important later on. We shall see.
All right, folks, just a reminder, that Husafell stone weighs 350 pounds. That is not an easy thing to carry on your chest when you've already done 4 events on a hot day. These athletes, they can do amazing things here today. So let's give them some love. Make some noise for Jonathan Kavanagh.
Jonathan getting his hand set. You want to make sure you get a real good grip on this before you set off, because you're not able to put it down once you start. Just going to hike that up a little bit. Tentative first steps, but now he's picking up speed. It's looking real good here. Just got to keep those feet moving. Approaching the turn here. That's already 50 feet for Jonathan. If he can get back to the start, that's 100 feet. It's going to be a good score. You can see the shield start to slip down in front of your legs. It makes it hard to make forward progress. And it's really quite hard on your grip and the biceps. Looks like about 100 on the dot for Jonathan. So a little bit behind. It's in second place for now. 124.6 is still our leader for Spencer Campbell.
So there are such things as dress shirts, where it has a little bit more of a stick to it, and you can get just a little bit further. But we're not allowing those in this competition. This is old school Magnús Classic.
If you heard that, they're just letting the competitors know that grip shirts will not be allowed. So no sticky rubberized shirts in this event. Jesse Campbell, Canada's second strongest U105, is up next. He's be looking for another big performance in this event. Nice pick from Jesse. He's going to be quick with his feet, so he's going to move quick with it. Great speed from Jesse. He's already at the corner here. That's 50 feet already. I think we could be seeing a new leader here if he can hold on to it. He's moving his feet very quickly. Really becomes a grind. You can't breathe. You're leaning back, trying to not let go, trying to move those feet as it slides down. And every step matters. Brilliant 150 feet from Jesse. What a performance. Moving on the back street. Can he get to 200? 350 pounds carried in front of you for 200 feet. It's no joke. Let's see if he can get a few more steps. Wow. And he's on his way back. What a performance from Jesse.
All right.
Woo. That was incredible performance from Jesse. Showing why he's Canada's second strongest U105.
Well, I feel a lot lighter now. A little easier if it was lighter, but you know, that's part of the sport.
Absolutely. So, what do you think of Gimli here and all the fans?
Oh, it's great. You know, we got people, we got some water, got some weights. I mean, can't ask for much more than that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming out and welcome to Gimli. Big Gimli welcome for Jesse here.
Incredible performance from Jesse there. He puts him solidly in first place with 224 feet. Next up, we have Big Daddy Lance Lavallee.
Known to live in North, East, South, and West Ontario, right?
He's going to be looking to try and best Jesse's 224. That's going to be a tough ask for, I think, any of these athletes.
We'd just like to take an opportunity to thank the Icelandic Festival of Manitoba for allowing us to be a part of this great event. 3 years ago, they approached Magnus and his business partner to just bring him out here, see if there's an event. And, well, 3 years later, we're still coming back. So, big applause for all the volunteers and all the staff, everyone involved in the festival. They keep putting on a better festival every year. And I know that the 235th festival is going to be amazing. So, we're 135 now, another 100 years. Give it up for Lance, ladies and gentlemen.
We got Lance. He's getting the pick. Just making sure he has his hands in the right place before he sets off. Lance is moving quickly here. Nice long strides using those long legs. Already at the 50-foot mark. Making the turn. He's starting to slide down. Can he make it to the 100? As that shield slips down in front of your legs, it gets harder and harder to step. It's really a grueling event. Nice sharp turn for Lance. He's going to try and get a few more feet here. This is big points if he can. Oh, okay.
All right, just over 100 feet there, folks.
Let's see what that final score is. He passed the 100-foot mark. So this should put him into third. Third place so far.
So Lance, enjoy it's your first competition in Gimli. What do you think so far?
I'm impressed. This is a fantastic competition. Awesome crowd. Definitely recommend it to anybody who wants to come out here. And I'd love to come back.
All right, well, we hope you come back, Lance. Big round of applause for Lance.
That is 105.7 feet for Lance Lavallee.
We got Scott.
We have Scott Deese up next.
Come on, Gimli, show him some
Scott's
love.
got that big, strong back. That should serve him well in this to hold it tight, hold the shield up high, and hopefully he can keep the legs moving and rack up the distance.
All right, folks.
Easy pick from Scott. That's a good sign. He's getting adjusted here. Nice and high on the chest. So his legs are free to move, and move they are. He's cruising already at the 50-foot mark. Takes the turn. He's moving on the back stretch. This could be a really good run for Scott. Oh, he got a little lost on the pylon there, but he's found it now. Readjusting the shield, that is impressive. That is not easy to do when you're tired like that, to get that shield back up. This could be a really good event for Scott. He's just got to keep going. He's at 150.
Come on, you got him.
Can he get back? Oh, the shield's starting to slip. I don't think he has the energy to readjust it this time. Really good fight from Scott. He started losing that shield as he got a little, he was having a little hard time finding the pylon on the backside, and he managed to just pop it right back up into position and get another 50-plus feet.
Good job, Scott. Thanks so much for coming out, being a part of our event. What do you think of our little town of Gimli here?
Good fights out here. Yes,
Right on. Well, thank you so much for coming out. You go take a break. Guys, big round of applause for Scott.
Great performance from Scott there. He's going to go rest up, I'm sure.
All right.
Sure he's hurting and wants to get some food and fluids in.
Sandy Hook, Manitoba, down the road, Dan Cadger.
Next up, we have the hometown boy, Dan Cadger.
Not only is he amongst the strongest men in Manitoba, but he's got the best mustache in Manitoba. There you go, buddy. He's up. And he's off.
There we go. Dan's off of the races. Coming up on 50 feet now.
Every step counts here.
Great turn from Dan. Nice and smooth. No energy wasted. You can see Dan starting to slow down a bit as that shield moves down to his feet. Oh. Well, he got 100 there. You can see the shield starting to slip down. It's really, really hard to control once it starts moving down. It's hard to step. It's in the way of your quads. And it's all loading into your biceps and your hands. And it's just hard to hold on to it once it starts moving down.
You going to try and be here for the fourth? I'm going to try, yeah. Excellent. Well, we'd love to have you for every single one. And come on, guys. Make some noise for our local boy here, Dan Cadger. All right, we got Big Ben Court coming up here.
Next, we have Ben Court. Ben getting ready. Let's see. The pick is going to be very telling. That's a nice and easy pick from Ben. Got it nice and high up. His legs are free to move, so well, you just got to move your legs as fast as you can because, you know, it's just a matter of time before that shield starts slipping down and your grip gives up. But Ben is cruising right now, looking really strong. Very strong run for Ben as he takes the corner at 100 feet. Here we go. Oh, this shield just started slipping and he couldn't stop it, but he passed the 100-foot mark, and we'll see what his distance is in a second here. A lot of people clustered right around 100, 120.
Thanks so much for coming here, bud. If anyone from the RM is here, that happened on Monday.
You see they're using the hand cart to get the shield back. It's definitely a hard object to move. And shout out to our volunteers here. You know, the athletes have to move everything, you know, once, but they're out here moving weights all day. Even with the equipment and tools, it's a very hard job. And they put in a lot of work to make these shows run.
It takes two guys and a dolly to move it back into place, and one guy to carry it over 150 or plus feet. So you gotta really appreciate the fact, the strength these guys have to carry it. Next up, we've got Big Andrew here. Come on up there.
Ben's final score at 110 feet, 10 and a half feet. He's going to get him fourth place for now. Up next, we have Andrew. I think this could be a good event for Andrew. He's very athletic. He's tall. He's got long legs. He's going to be looking to take big steps and cover a lot of distance. Easy pick for Andrew. And he's already off. Moving his feet. Good speed. Around that pylon. On his way back. You can see the shield just starting to move down a little bit, interfering with his quads, but he's still moving. That's 100 feet, takes the corner. If he can get 150, that's going to be big points for Andrew. Just needs to keep going for as far as he can. Great job from Andrew. 150 feet. Fantastic performance for Andrew. Can he get to 200 feet? He's almost there. He's barely holding on to it, and he did it. 200 feet for Andrew Langlar. Big points for him. He's going to be very happy with that. What a fight. You could see him losing it for those last 10 feet, but he just refused to put it down until he got to that 200-foot mark. Way to dig deep there.
I spent 5 years as a home mover. I've done heavier pianos.
I don't know if you guys heard that on the stream, but Andrew said he spent 5 years as a home mover, and he's lifted much heavier pianos.
From Florida, Jonathan Wimberly. Give him some love, everybody.
Next, we have Jonathan Wimberly from Florida, coached by the great Canadian strongman J.F. Caron.
Jonathan competed last year. Got a very good 4th place here. He's gunning for 3rd, hopefully.
Jonathan needs a big score on this event if he wishes to improve upon his placing from a 4th from last year.
All right, folks, he's up.
Great pick for Jonathan.
Nice and loud.
Steps are a little tentative, but if he can hold on, it's not going to matter if he can grind it through. At the 50-foot mark here, he's taking the turn. Starting to struggle a little bit here. Let's see if he can make it back to the 100-foot. You just got to keep holding on and keep moving those feet. He's going to try and reset the shield. There we go. Gives him an extra little bit. He's almost there. Can he get to 100? So close, just short of 100. Great fight from Jonathan. That is a tough event, and you can see just how exhausted he is. It's particularly at the end of a long, heavy show like this.
It's a good heavy event.
Well, that's good. Well, we're glad to have you back here in Gimli, and we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you next year there, bud. That's what I like to hear.
Next up, we have Connor Gordon.
All right, up next, we got Big Connor here.
Connor Gordon is going to be looking for a strong performance here. He's currently sitting just 1 point out of 3rd. So he's going to want a big score here to start pushing himself up into that podium position. You can also see in shot now his coach, the great Alec Jose, also coaches several pro strongmen, including Angelica Jardine and Aaron Murray. Connor is moving here.
Come on, let's make some noise for him there, Gimli. Round in the 50.
Great speed from Connor here. If he can keep this up, this can be a really good score for him, and he's going to need it if he wants to break into that podium. So every step is huge for Connor here. Almost at 150 feet already. Oh, just couldn't hold on to it. You can see he's just exhausted. This is such a difficult event. You just can't breathe, and you just got to keep going and hope you don't pass out on it. Connor seems like he's okay, fortunately. Just very exhausted.
So your second competition here in Gimli, how'd you think it went? Where are you going the first? You got to finish this one, so that's good.
Yeah, it's much more comfortable somehow.
Well, your back's a lot better than last year for sure. Thanks so much for coming out, and we hope to see you here again.
Thanks.
All right.
Great show from Connor. Let's see how that performance stacks up with our next 3 competitors. He only needs to gain 2 points on Larson to move into 3rd. So Larson needs realistically to come out here and beat what Connor just did.
This event will determine placings.
It's going to be huge for Larson. I know he's capable of it.
Some good luck.
Very strong, great grip, strong hands, arms, back, and he can really move his feet. Good pick from Larson. And off to the races, moving his feet quick. Already at that 50-foot mark and taking the turn. Every step is going to matter for Larson here. He needs to take this corner and get back to at least 150. Huge for Larson, this length here. Look how speeding up. That's incredible. Speeding up 100 feet into this carry, and he's still going. This is a great performance from Larson here. Great performance from Larson there. I think he's done enough to maintain his spot on the podium, and depending on how the others do, he could even move up a little bit. So stay tuned here.
Right on. Let's hear some noise for Larson. So, how did you feel about your whole event here today?
Well, some of these are still new to me, so the sidecar deadlift and the Lucifer, so I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing.
Well, you've done great so far. Currently, you're in third place, so you can't complain too much, right?
No, can't complain if you're on podiums.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for coming out there, Larson. Let's hear it from Larson, everybody.
Larson seems quite happy with that performance, as he should be.
All right, up next.
To watch him speed up after 100 feet was incredible.
From Winnipeg, Tyler Sigurdsson.
Next up, we have Tyler Sigurdsson, currently sitting second, only half a point back off our leader, Brian Kitchton. Tyler's going to be looking for a big performance here to try and move up into first.
Make sure we help him out, folks.
Brian's going to have the advantage of going after Tyler, so he's going to need to know exactly what he needs. Tyler just has to push to the bitter end if he wants to take that first place podium and get the spot at the Magnús Classic. Great pick from Tyler, and he's off. No need to readjust for Tyler. He felt comfortable right off the pick. And he is absolutely cruising. I think he's moving faster than anyone else so far. Can he beat Jesse's score? Already 100. He's moving to 150. What a performance from Tyler here. Turning the corner. He's past Larson. All the way to 200. If he can get back, he's our new leader. What a performance from Tyler. Incredible. You can hear the crowd getting behind him. Absolutely incredible performance. We have a new leader. Keep going, Tyler. Every step counts. What an incredible run. This is going to be very hard to beat. Tyler went right to the end there, as you can see. Great reaction time from our other contestants to catch him.
Come on, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Tyler's okay, everyone. Just ran out of air there and started to get a little sleepy. Can happen when you're pushing really hard on these events. So you know he pushed right to the end and gave it everything he had. What a performance. What a performance from Tyler. That is going to be very, very hard to beat.
I'll give him a break on the interview, folks. I think he needs it. All right. And last up today in first place overall from Boston, Mass. Unfortunately, a Bruins fan. We got Big Brian. Make some noise, Gimli.
All right, next we have Brian Kitchton. He needs 272.1 feet at least to stay in front of Tyler, who's only a half a point behind him going into this event. So he needs the win or to tie Tyler in order to take the win here. So this will be very interesting.
Yeah, you wanted excitement today. Have you gotten it? How's this for excitement now? Magnus just told me there is a half point So Brian has to beat Tyler, and if he doesn't, Tyler takes first place. But if we get Brian here, he's taking it all. So half a point for a ticket to Iceland. Everybody, show Brian some love and see what we can do. See what he can do. It's down to the wire.
Everything on the line here. Brian needs to get a first place finish here if he wants to punch his ticket to Iceland. Lots of motivation.
Come on, Brian, you got it.
He's moving well. Cruising towards the 50-foot mark. Taking that turn. He needs to just keep those legs moving. Block out every thought and just focus on taking one step at a time. Great speed through 100 feet. Turning the corner towards 150. Very impressive performance from Brian. 150 feet. He needs another 122 feet. Can he do it? Starting to slow down. Oh, it's not there for Brian. And Tyler qualifies for the Magnus Classic in Iceland. Great performance from all the athletes here. Very, very, very exciting finale here. Congratulations to Tyler Sigurdsson, the winner of your Magnus Classic Gimli qualifier. And we'll be seeing him in November at the Magnus Classic in Iceland.
Talk about an exciting end to an amazing event, am I right? Number one, first place, we got homeboy Winnipeg, Tyler Sigurdsson. So just give us a few more minutes and we're going to do our placement, our presentations, and then we're going to take a
to having us here for the third time. And we're hoping that this keeps on and we'll do this an annual thing. And as far as I know, we're going to be here next year. Do you want to see us here next year? There you go. And I also want to thank all the helpers and pretty much everybody that puts in to make a thing like this happen. There's a lot of work that is behind this. I actually kind of live in Indiana and Iceland at the moment, and we drove, took us 17 hours to get here. We've done that actually every year for the last 3 years. And the funny part is, you know, my new wife here. The trip up here for the first Magnús Classic at Gimli was basically our first date.
And now it's our honeymoon.
We had met before, and we decided to take a road trip. Actually, we took a little extra long road trip because I figured, well, if we don't hate each other after that, we're fine. Yeah.
Sorry, I said now.
I don't know where do they all go, the Red Bulls?
Yeah, we have them.
Okay.
There's one.
No, I don't drink them. No.
All right, stay tuned. We're going to have the medal ceremony or trophy ceremony soon. We have some very unique trophies here for the winners, the podium finishers. They are rocks of varying sizes that have been carved and painted.
So at this point, if I could ask all the athletes to come on.
Very fitting for the Magnus show, as rocks are a big part of Icelandic Strongman. And if you tune into the Magnus Classic in November, you'll see the Husafell stone as well as many natural stones being used in that competition.
And man, what a competition today. Another big round of applause. Let's give them lots of love, guys.
Incredible job from all our competitors today. Very entertaining show. Came right down to the wire.
And I'd like another big round of applause for Mr. Devin Penner and all of his crew over at Strongman, Manitoba for putting this together. You're in charge of all the equipment today, so as you can see, they got some amazing equipment they're working with here. So if you guys want to be a part of Strong Manitoba, just check out their social media accounts, and they'd be more than willing to help you get involved in the wonderful sport of strength athletics and strongman. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we've got them all in. So at this point, I would like to actually call upon Mrs. Marilyn Bulgerson from the Icelandic Festival. She is the president of the Icelandic Festival here today. Would you like to just say a few words quickly about the festival, Marilyn?
Yeah, thanks, Fred. Welcome all of you to Íslandi and Víkingurinn and one of our feature events. It's great. Magnus told me today he thinks it's the biggest crowd ever, and in the 3 years we've done this. So congratulations to all the competitors. Congratulations to the organizers, and hope everybody had a really great time. We look forward to making this a multi-year event.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just like, get up. Hey, we're going to do them all. Do we have all the placings? Or is the score sheet? I can just look at the score sheet?
Now remember, folks, these guys have done a lot of lifting today, so some of you might have to carry that 80-pound stone for Tyler. He's already done enough lifting today.
We're just getting the final scores written down here so Magnus can announce our podium and the placing of all our competitors. We'll be back very shortly with the podium presentation.
All right, folks, here are the final standings. In 13th place, Brian Kitchton.
No.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. See, yeah, this is why he stays behind the scenes, folks. Because he doesn't get the public humiliation I just suffered right now.
You can see the final placings here on the screen.
Campbell, ladies and gentlemen.
They'll just be announcing these right now.
Okay. In 12th place, Jonathan Cavanaugh. In 11th place, Lance Lavely. In 10th place, we have Dan Cadger. In 9th place, Jesse Campbell. In 8th place, Scott Deese. In 7th place, we got Jonathan Wimberly. In 6th place, Ben Court. In 5th place, Andrew Langlar. In 4th place, Connor Gordon.
And here are your podium finishers.
3. In 3rd place, Larson Lair. Larson Hare.
Larson Air takes 3rd place in the Magnus Classic Qualifier here in Gimli.
All right, big round of applause for Larson, everyone. Okay, not in 13th place, but in 2nd place from Boston, Brian Kitchton.
Brian Kitchton finishes in 2nd place. A very tight race between him and Tyler for that top spot.
Have fun taking those through customs. Oh, yeah. All right. And after 5 grueling events, the winner of the 3rd annual Magnus Classic Strongman from Winnipeg, Tyler Sigurdsson.
Tyler Sigurdsson is your overall winner of the Magnus Classic Qualifier here in Gimli. Once again, you can see Tyler in November at the Magnus Classic in Iceland.
There we go.
Follow the Magnus Classic Instagram page for more information about the Magnus Classic and where you can view it. Please tune back in to Strong Manitoba's live stream of the Manitoba Provincials next weekend, August 10th. You'll be able to see all the best amateur strongmen in Manitoba competing for their position to compete at Nationals in October.
Compete in the final of the Magnússon Strongman Classic. Who will come back here defending his title next year? I'd like to thank you all for coming out. Feel free to come over, have your pictures taken. You want to take pictures out?